All right, we have got a dedicated Stern Frenzy here. It is a project, although I actually have never plugged it in since buying it. We're going to plug it in here in a minute, which is kind of exciting, but I don't think it's going to be working. Cabinet is rough but restorable. This side is pretty decent. No real damage, top to bottom. The front isn't too bad. You're going to need a new overlay or just a new, there's somebody that remakes those panels entirely. The marquee is actually one of the nicest Frenzy marquees I've ever seen. This is silkscreened glass, and they're usually flaked as bad as a phoenix. This one only has a little tiny bit of flaking right over there, and the rest of it is perfect, which is just super rare. Same with the bezel. The bezel is in really good shape. That's another silk-screened glass. Coin door is probably restorable. There's a little rust there, but I think steel wool would take care of that and some touch-up. This is another one of these great Stern games that had this access door here in front where you could pull the boards out on a roller. They need to be oiled because it's pretty tight there. Now this side of the cabinet is a little rougher. The top's okay, but down at the bottom here, it's gotten chewed up a little bit. It was in a garage sitting, I think it was on dirt, and it just didn't fare real well. It's not too bad inside. It doesn't look like it was in a flood or anything like that, like some of these other games, but it's just sat on a dirt floor for 40 years, which isn't good. This corner got dripped on in the garage, and you can see it's bad. However, it is still salvageable. I mean, this could all be glued back together and be okay because it's a back corner. No one would see it anyway. The top could be repainted, dolly it from the front, and it dollies just fine. I don't have the back door for it. It's got a Wells 4600, which is the best monitor ever made, in my opinion. So there's a good chance that'll work. The boards are pretty complicated on this. It's got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boards, all to play Frenzy. The power supply, for some reason, is hanging loose, but I don't think it's touching anything, so I still think it's safe to plug it in. The cord wire was cut, but I just spliced it together a minute ago so that we could plug it in and see what happens. So, I'm going to plug the vacuum. Here we go. We're going to plug this in. See what happens. Plug's kind of bent. Okay. Here we go. We should hear beeping, but we don't. It did sound like the monitor came up. Now this interlock is not pulled out. I'm going to pull this out. It didn't do anything. It does sound like the monitor's working. Let me turn up the brightness. Brightness is already turned up. Can't tell if anything's happening or not. It definitely sounds, I mean, the monitor's making the sound that a monitor makes when it's working, but it could be that brightness pot on the input card that is always touchy and usually needs to be replaced. Oh, yeah, there we go. So we are getting a picture. I turned up the brightness. And yeah, obviously vertical hold, but that's easy to The wrong way. A little more. Okay. Well, the board's obviously not working. Monitor is. It'll need a cap kit for sure. Somebody is making a replacement board for this. So you can just plug in a new Berserk/Frenzy board, and then you'll have both games, and you won't have to mess with these 6 individual boards that are all notoriously flaky. So that's what I would do with this. Definitely restorable and definitely worth it. Frenzy is an awesome game. I've got it dedicated in one of my arcade museums, and it's not real popular, but I love it. It's fun. So, thanks for watching.